The electric bikes are a great choice for city riding, taking the sweat out of commuting errands, and e-bikes that fold are even better. No more worrying about finding space for your bike at home, on public transport, or at the office. Just fold it down and tuck it neatly out of the way. We put a wide range of folding e-bikes to the test, so we can bring you a definitive listing of the very best around. We put all these bikes through their paces in real-world conditions, mastering their folding mechanisms, testing their battery life, assessing their comfort, and gauging their overall suitability for taking on the streets. Number 1. Gocycle G4. Gocycle is one of the biggest names in folding e-bikes, and the G4 is its finest machine to date. The star of the show is a brand new motor that delivers smooth power assistance when you need it most, and is powered by a large capacity battery that'll keep you riding for up to 40 miles on a single charge. It charges particularly quickly too, so you won't need to leave it plugged in overnight. The frame is a masterclass in design, folding down swiftly but feeling reassuringly sturdy when fully assembled. It's not feather light, but Gocycle has pared one off the weight through cunning use of different materials throughout the frame. This also results in a bike that's well balanced and easy to carry and folded. Like all folding e-bikes, it features small wheels that can be somewhat unforgiving on uneven surfaces, but a little shock absorber underneath the saddle soaks up the worst of the bumps. It carries a premium price tag, and if you're on a budget, then that excellent MiRider One below will suit you better. But if you're looking for a folding e-bike to be your new daily rider, then we think the cost is justifiable. Number 2. MiRider One. The MiRider One is a very impressive folding e-bike. It packs down in under a minute. It's one of the lightest models around, and it's remarkably affordable. It's extremely comfortable to ride as well, and when we tested it, we were surprised at just how solid its magnesium alloy frame felt. There are no compromises. It doesn't feel like a folding bike at all. The MiRider One's power controls are simple to use, and all within easy reach of your thumb. When it's time to pack the bike away, the frame folds neatly in half, the seat post retracts, and the handlebar stem folds down. The pedals also fold in, and the whole neat package can be tucked inside a weatherproof case. It doesn't have the range for a long touring holiday, but if you're looking for a folding e-bike for everyday riding, the MiRider One is the best around. Number 3. Mycle Compact Folding Electric Bike. The Mycle Compact Folding Electric Bike is a fun, lively little number that's well worth investigating if you're looking for a machine for short trips. There's a choice of 2 battery sizes, which will provide a range of either 20 km or 30 km. That's pretty short for an e-bike, but most journeys made by bike are well under that distance, so it needn't necessarily put you off. If range isn't a worry, this is a lightweight and convenient e-bike that's easy to fold up and stash away at home, on public transport, or at the office. Power delivery isn't exceptionally smooth, but it effectively irons out your route and will allow you to reach your desk without breaking a sweat, provided the absence of suspension isn't an issue. The Mycle Compact is also one of the most affordable folding e-bikes around, starting at a mere $899, about $1,200 a used $1,700. That's cheaper than most fixed-frame electric bikes, let alone ones with the added engineering complexities of a folding mechanism. Number 4. Brompton M6L Electric. The Brompton M6L Electric is a beautifully engineered folding e-bike, which is no surprise considering its heritage. British company Brompton has been building folding bikes since the 1970s and has now added a 250W motor and 300Wh battery to its signature curved frame. It's a combination that works brilliantly if your wallet can handle the price tag. The M6L Electric feels surprisingly lively on the road, which can be attributed to a front hub motor developed in collaboration with Williams Advanced Engineering, a company better known for its work in Formula One and Formula E. It feels very different to a bike with a rear hub motor, like the others on this list, and we found it a lot of fun. It feels like you're being pulled along. Whereas many folding e-bikes have a battery integrated into the frame, the M6L Electric's power pack is mounted on the front. It's not particularly sleek, but means that you can easily detach the battery for charging rather than having to plug in the entire bike. And the bike is much lighter and easier to carry upstairs with the pack removed. Number 5. Mate City. The Mate City is a real conversation, as our reviewer discovered. With its stylish frame, Available in a range of subtle and not-so-subtle paint colors attracting a lot of admirers. It's solidly built too, with a robust frame that packs down fast and is easily adjusted to suit your height and preferred riding position. A small LCD display on the handlebar displays the battery status, your speed, and the time and distance of your current trip. It's a handy addition that avoids the need to mount your phone on the bike, which is always a little risky if you're prone to forgetfulness and accidentally leave your handset behind. The downside is that the Mate City is seriously weighty, tipping the scale at 22.5 with the battery attached. You won't be breezing up and down stairs with it. But if your main reason for choosing a folding e-bike is ease of storage at either end of your journey, it's definitely worth your consideration. Number 6. E-Trans Fly. If you're on a budget, the E-Trans Fly is an excellent option. It was launched at PS $899, about $1,200/EU $1,600, but has dropped as low as PS $699, about $3,400/EU $1,500 since then, making it excellent value for any electric bike, let alone a folding one, which is a trickier feat of engineering. The ride is comfortable, and its controls are easily accessible with a touch of your thumb. There's also a pushing mode, which gives you a little help from the battery when you need to hop off and wheel it along the sidewalk for a stretch. The design is somewhat odd, and our reviewer commented that it looked less smart and cohesive than other electric bikes, but for such a modest price, that's a relatively minor complaint. It's worth noting that it uses V-brakes, which proved effective in our tests, but don't provide the same stopping power as the disc brakes used by the other folding e-bikes in this roundup. It's also undeniably heavy, which could be an issue if you need a folding e-bike you can carry easily. Number 7. Pure Flux One. If you're after a serene commute at a bargain, the Pure Flux One may be for you. Usually retailing at just under $1,000, traveling on Flux One's light 17.5 frame won't weigh as heavily on your finances as other e-bikes, although a decent 25-mile range should see you through a short commute with no issues. Fast-charging batteries, up to 80% in 3 hours, mean that you'll be topped up relatively quickly even if they run dry. What sticks out with the Flux One is that there are no gears, with the standard steel chain replaced by a carbon belt. The absence of gears means the bike is a single-speed machine, racing in at 9th, 12.5 or 15th, and works best on flat terrain. While this might be off-putting for cycling purists, carbon belts typically last much longer than steel chains and will never need oiling, nor do they run the risk of staining your clothes. The lack of gears means that from an accessibility perspective, the Flux One resembles the e-scooters Pure has become known for, while still offering a bit of a workout for city dwellers after a beautiful, lightweight e-bike at an appealing price. The Pure Flux One is a great fit,